Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Jake. Huge thanks to Jake and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Jake reached out asking for a beginner-friendly Spellslinger deck for under $200, and I was more than happy to oblige. But before we get started, I'd like to quickly ask you to like and subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it's free. With that out of the way, let's get into the video. No matter how simple you make it, Spellslinger is a complicated archetype. That being said, if all we're wanting to do is gain value from copying spells, we can go fairly simple. Which is why I chose Kalamax the Stormsire as the commander. Kalamax the Stormsire is a 4-mana 4/4 legendary elder dinosaur. He makes it so that the first instant spell we cast each turn is copied, so long as Kalamax is tapped. Additionally, whenever we copy an instant, we put a +1/+1 counter on Kalamax. Now, Kalamax only copies instants, but that's okay. We'll have plenty of other ways to cast and copy sorceries. The way I like to build Spellslinger decks is Value Town. Rather than have a specific endgame combo in mind, I just like to keep my options open. Anything from generating infinite mana and forcing our opponents to draw their entire decks, to burning an entire table, or to stealing all of their stuff and killing them with their own creatures is fun and exciting. But we need more than just win conditions to build a commander deck. And for that, we should turn to our handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. As I'm sure you've heard by now, this channel is sponsored by Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is made famous by their Boulder, and they now have the new Boulderin tray. Designed to carry both your commander deck and enough dice to satisfy anyone but a dice goblin, you can get yours in a variety of colors, like the frosted one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries the Ultimate Guard Boulderin tray, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. One more thing before we get started. I've been streaming Final Fantasy XIV over on my other channel, Musings by Danon. If you want to pop in and ask some questions, chat about Commander, or just hang out, you're more than welcome to. I'm not sure what the schedule will be going forward, but for now it's every weekday in the afternoons or evenings. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Frontier Bivouac, Ketria Triome, Breeding Pool, Steam Vents, Stomping Ground, Hinterland Harbor, Sulphur Falls, Rootbound Crag, Rimewood Falls, Volatile Fjord, Highland Forest, Tangled Islet, Molten Tributary, Wooded Ridgeline, Simic Growth Chamber, Is It Boilerworks, Gruul Turf, Scavenger Grounds, Reliquary Tower, 6 forests, 5 islands, and 5 mountains make up our land base. Sol Ring, Arcane Signet, Goblin Electromancer, Goblin Anarchomancer, Farseek, 3 Visits, Nature's Lore, Rampant Growth, Skyshroud Claim, Brass's Bounty, Mana Geyser, Seething Song, Stormkiln Artist, Springleaf Drum, Relic of Legends, and Primal Amulet make up the mana ramp package for this deck. Archmage Emeritus, Frantic Search, Growth Spiral, Explore, Tachyova Benthic Druid, Urban Evolution, Eureka Moment, Quandrix Apprentice, Manamorphose, Brainstorm, Chaos Warp, Pull from Tomorrow, and Blue Sun Zenith help us to draw through our deck and keep our hands full. Commit Memory, Narset's Reversal, Abrade, Hull Breach, Decimate, Return to Nature, Naturalize, negate, counterspell, an offer you can't refuse, insidious will, and lightning bolt help us to keep our opponents in line as needed. Blasphemous act, monstrous onslaught, and spinning wheel kick help to reset the board as needed. Thousand-Year Storm, arcane bombardment, double vision, swarm intelligence, and leyline of anticipation help to support our Spellslinger plans. Ral Storm Conduit, expansion explosion, Chandra Hope's Beacon, bonus round, display of power, dualcaster mage, increasing vengeance, reiterate, reverberate, twinning staff, gravitic punch, insult injury, and Chandra's ignition all help us to close out games. Now that we have our deck list, we should compare it to our checklist. 53 mana sources split between 37 lands and 16 pieces of ramp. A little high, but 3 of them are rituals, so it's fine. 13 pieces of card advantage, 12 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 3 pieces of graveyard hate in Return to Nature, Commit Memory, and Scavenger Grounds, 1 Sudden I Win card in Chandra's Ignition. Chandra's Ignition can win us the game instantly if Calamax is large enough. Remember, every time we copy an instant, we put a +1/+1 counter on Calamax. So all we need to do is copy a spell on the stack with one of our many copy effects, then copy that copy spell with another one. The copy then copies the copy, which copies the copy, which copies the copy, and so on. This creates an infinite, deterministic loop. So we'd grow Calamax as large as we need to, then cast Chandra's Ignition and kill the table. Or we can use Ral Storm Conduit to do the same thing. Finally, we can always win the game with Thousand-Year Storm, Insult Injury, and Lightning Bolt. But Insult Injury needs to be the 4th spell cast during your turn, and then you follow it up with a Lightning Bolt. This will put 5 Lightning Bolts on the stack, each one will deal 48 points of damage. You'll also note that a good chunk of our ramp is sorceries to fetch lands. Casting a single 3 visits is well worth 2 mana to fetch a forest. But when you have Chandra Hope's Beacon on board, letting you fetch 2 forests, or even better, you get 3 visits exiled under Arcane Bombardment so that every time you cast an instant or sorcery, you get to fetch a forest and put it into play, the deck quickly gets out of control. Do you have a Spellslinger deck? Who's your commander? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. One of the tiers is specifically set up for Commander. For only $25, I will build you a custom Commander deck based around your specifications, and even do a deck video on it. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Alex, Daniel, Steve, Kevin, Alex, Cookie, Borgie, Jake, Exiled Rogue, Manassas, Nazwin, Kyo, and Oolong. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos often, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Also, if you're a fan of anime and manga like I am, feel free to check out my other channel, Musings by Danon. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.